Hello and welcome. Today we are going to be looking at Matrix. We're going to be doing a wee overview of what they have to offer and see what's going on, why they are cool, and what you can do with them. Um, so yeah, Matrix, an open network for secure, decentralized communication. Uh, so they have messaging, end-to-end encryption, voice over IP, bridging, IoT, VR, and more. And yeah, so I'll go through each of these things, sort of explain what they are and uh, why they're important. So, messaging, I think we all know what messaging is, but yeah, you can message on different applications. Uh, doesn't really matter what platform you're on. It could be a web application or a desktop operating system or an Android or like Android and iOS, whatever mobile operating system you have. Um, so yeah, that's already pretty cool. So and quite useful. Um, end-to-end encryption. So this means that you're not getting anyone to intercepting your messages. Um, you can see it says here this ensures that only the intended recipients can ever decrypt your messages, while warning if any unexpected devices are added to the conversation. Um, so there you go. That's a highly recommended thing. Um, Matrix's encryption is based on the double ratchet algorithm popularized by Signal. So yeah, Signal is a very um quite a popular uh messaging service that people use that is sort of known for its security. So yeah, if it's based on the same algorithm, you can sort of be fairly happy with what you're getting. But extended to support encryption to rooms containing thousands of devices. So yeah, I mean that's the thing about Signal is that it's really closer to you want to be doing it for one-to-one messaging, whilst this is sort of uh for a large amount of people. Um, so you could have something that's quite. You could just do one-to-one messages and it would work fine. Um, but the point is that you could have a big room full of people, and that'd be something like Discord servers. You'd have thousands of people in it potentially, but this comes with this like extra bit of security, which is really nice. Voice over IP. So this is basically just you can do voice communication. Um, nice to have again, similar to Discord. Um, you'd have that ability to just to actually talk to people, not just the messaging part. Um, bridging. So yeah, this is if you have something that's already exists. So yeah, they give some examples here. Maintains bridges to Slack, IRC, XMPP, and Gitter. And I think they've got a whole bunch of other ones as well. We'll look at those. So yeah, basically, uh, they have the ability to work with like a lot of other places, a lot of other platforms and applications. And yeah, I'm actually going to open this up because it'll be interesting to look at that in a bit. Um, IoT, Internet of Things. This is the idea that everything these days are going to be like it's all going to be connected to the internet with smart devices. coffee makers with connected to the internet where you can go, hey Alexa, make me a coffee or something like that. Uh, so yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how they work with the Internet of Things devices, um, and see how that would actually play out. VR and AR, that's again very interesting. Matrix can be the unifying layer for both communication and world data in AR and VR, and I think this is something that's going to be increasingly more important as we get cheaper VR and AR devices. Um, they're going to become more accessible and more people are going to start using them, and we need something that does secure communication while people are in AR and VR. Um, so yeah, you can read this about a little bit more information about how certain things work, how they are doing security and things like that. Um, so yeah, here are 3 Matrix home servers, each with one client connected. The clients are participating in the same Matrix room, which is synchronized across the 3 participating servers. So yeah, this is yeah, I guess these are like the individual users, and then they're connecting to each other through the same matrix room. An open standard. So yeah, this talks about some of their APIs. If you're into that, open specification of the matrix standard. So yeah, basically the idea is that they have like their own standard of how certain things are done, certain regulations to make sure everything is fitting, and anything that's based off matrix will run to this standard, but it's an open standard so people can sort of see what's going on, and you can have a wee look through this if you're interested in looking more into that. Fully decentralized conversations with no single point of control or failure. Very nice to have. Very good to have a, something that's going to be uh, up all the time, and that's very very good to have that. End-to-end encryption via Olum and Megalum. I don't really know how to say that, but you get the point. VoIP and video calling using matrix signaling, real-time synchronized history and state across all clients, integrates with existing third-party IDs to authenticate and discover users, maintained by non-profit. Yes, so this is kind of cool that they have like a non-profit, the Matrix.org Foundation. So yeah, it's kind of good. It means that there's less sort of biases built in if it's going to be like a non-profit, because there's no we're trying to make money out of it. It's sort of funded in a non-profit way, so that's good. They're not going to have that sort of economic incentive. Group conversations, read receipts, typing, notifications, presence. Okay, so yeah, that's good. Group conversations, obviously, sort of talk about that up there. So yeah, how we look at these bridges. So yeah, this is basically just a way to integrate different applications into Matrix. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of them here. Mumble, Slack, Discord. These are the sort of things that I would be looking into. Yeah. I guess depending on what your needs are, you can do whatever you want with it. So RSS, yeah, all these things, quite cool. I quite like a lot of these things. have integrate like be able to integrate them into your platform. So let's hit discover here and see what we get. So we've got introduction guides, signups, installation, um, guides for developers. If you're a developer, recognized questions, moderation, matrix specification, clients. So we'll have a look at these. We already looked at bridges. And you can try matrix now. We'll have a look at what that says. So here's some of their clients that they have. So the idea is that they basically have like the matrix platform and the matrix standard for people to build upon. And then basically you can make your own client and user interface based on the power of the matrix platform. So yeah, you've got Element, which I've been checking out. It's kind of cool. Somewhat similar to Discord, but obviously you get all those benefits for security, and the bridges is also a nice touch as well. So Element for Android, iOS. These are all the mobile ones. They have the desktop Element web and desktop thing down here as well. Ditto Chat, Neo Chat, Fluffy Chat. You can have a wee look at some of these things. Look at what sort of looks nice to you, and basically pick it. Yeah. These are the desktop apps down here. Seaglass, NeoChat, Fluffy Chat, Fractal. It's a cool name. Yeah, you kind of get the idea. This is an interesting thing. This kind of got this. A lot of people like this sort of aesthetic of like terminal based and command line user interface. If you're into that, then they've got this option as well. I think it's cool that they have these different platforms that you can use. Nintendo 3DS, that is something else. Yeah, that's pretty cool that they have a 3DS thing that you can use. And the whole point really is that you can, start developing, and make it whatever you want. If you are a developer, then this would be a fun thing to play around with. Different bots that they have that you can implement into your platform. Trello bot, that's useful. That would be useful, yeah. GitHub, yeah. Very interesting. RSS, I'm sure that would be useful. Yeah. SDKs. Yeah, again, if you're a developer, you're gonna want to look at these. We've looked at bridges, hosting. So yeah, hosting services. Here's their different options. So yeah, they've got Element Matrix services. Yeah, it's I guess depending on what you're looking for, you can have a look and see what would be good for you. If you want to start developing, they have, their introduction, server setup, client side, encryption, bridging, home server development. So yeah. Spec. Oh yes, we've looked at the spec here. API playground, server administration, account management. Yeah. Look at the foundation. They've obviously all got their blog as well. Um, frequently asked questions, and you can look through what is Matrix. We've sort of gone through some of these things, but let's see. It can be used to power instant messaging, voice over IP, RTC, signaling, Internet of Things communication, or anything you would need standard HTTP API for publishing. Yeah. So if you want, you can go through and look at these things. How is matrix.org funded? You can see, yeah, it's all sort of you can just sort of give to them, and if you want to support them, and if you like projects like these, Matrix Live, it's their podcast, and finally they've got a shop here. So yeah, another way to support them if you want. And I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.